going on is saw cleaning. Someone reached out to me the other day, River Bryant, asking if I can make a video on my cleaning process. So today, you guys are gonna just see how I get these saws cleaned up. I feel like it's nothing crazy, just a little time consuming, a little tedious, but you know, if I do say so myself, the saws come out really good. So right now, what I'm going to be working on is the Stihl MS201. This is the TC version, so M-tronic. I already have it all unassembled. So right now, I'm going to start off with the first step of my cleaning process, which is basically just brushing, scraping, and air compressing. So basically, my cleaning process is I start off with this step, brushing, breaking down all the dirt and grime, air compressing everything to where it's basically not spotless, but very clean. So that way, the very last step is just going back into the shop and hitting it with what I use is a wet cloth. It's called crocodile cloth. It's like a degreaser cleaner wipe, and that's all I do. And the saws, not to sound full of crap, but they come out looking really good. So this live stream is kind of for River Bryant, just showing my cleaning process. I'll do my best to read the comments and answer any questions, but I have 8 saws that I need to clean. I'm not going to get them all done today. That's just not realistic, honestly. So we're going to start off again with this Stihl MS201 TC M-tronic version, and I already have the saw taken apart. So tank housing, crankcase, and the engine, and all the other components inside. So again, this is the first step. All I use literally is a little stainless steel wire brush, a small flathead screwdriver to get extra scraping coverage, and my favorite is a pick tool. I personally like the one that has a little angle to it. And the biggest key here is air compressor. So without further ado, let's get it going. We got M&G Hydraulic Technologies. I see the name change. Okay. Good afternoon, my friend. Hello. All right, so let's get it going. So it's not going to be anything too exciting, although I do like cleaning saws and whatnot, but not doing any like mod stuff today. Just again, a gentleman by the name of River Bryant reached out to me a few days ago, and he asked if I could show the cleaning process or make a video. And so I figured instead of trying to sit there and make a dedicated video of just like the process, I figured this would be a good live stream topic subject. Be a good live stream. So that's pretty much it. Jesus Christ says, Mike, who cheese hurt? Oh boy, I don't even know what that means. Anyways, so I guess I'm going to start off here with, and these are some really dirty saws. I mean, all saws that come in to the shop and in general, I mean, they get dirty, but these are nasty. These are, which I'm kind of excited about, because like I said, I actually do enjoy cleaning these cleaning up the saws, because they clean up very well. And I feel like I already have a good process and method, but these are just dirty, nasty, just nasty. I mean, all this right here is just kind of typical, but as far as like the buildup on the cylinder head, and they're just, yeah. So gonna make sure not to get these connectors, or at least these, yeah, the connectors all wet, because there's a little bit of water right here. So let me put this up here. So yeah, so pretty chill day. Thankfully I'm caught up right now, so I don't have to do this rushed, because it just takes time, you know, especially if you want to do it the right way. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to cleaning, but you know, if you want them to come out looking good, you know, you want to take your time, and there's no worse way to work than under pressure and all that good stuff. So basically the flathead just basically is just for extra scraping. Okay. Happy almost Friday. I was gonna say happy almost Thursday, but no, happy almost Friday. I hope everyone is doing well out there today. It's pretty chilly out here, but I'm glad it's not raining, because when it's raining, it kind of puts a damper on saw cleaning, because my air compressor station is outside, and there's no coverage out here. I can go inside the carport, but that's it's not really realistic for us. It just makes too much mess. So hello. Much love to you and everybody in Hungary. Sorry, I probably screwed that one up, but thank you guys for being here today. I threw my parts in the dishwasher. Don't tell my wife. that would get the job done. I see people using, you know, the ultrasonic cleaners, and that works too, but I don't know. I do okay doing them by hand, but that definitely would save some time for sure. But again, it's all about just having a good method, and I feel like the way that I do it is very effective, and at the end of the day, it's all about how fast I'm moving too. So, but I've been cleaning saws like this now for a little bit now, that I feel like I do have it down to a pretty good T. If anything, it's kind of nice getting saws that are like this really dirty, because it's just a little more of a challenge and just a little more satisfying watching the transformation. And I know I don't post anything on the community tab, but so you guys don't really get an idea of like how good these saws come out. But you know, I post everything on Instagram, and they just, yeah, like the before and afters, like side by side before and afters, and I get asked quite, I mean, not a bunch, but often, like, you know, what cleaners do I use? What sprays do I use? Do I use part washers? How do I get the saws looking pretty good? And it's literally just a little elbow grease, a little patience, and again, just finding a good way of doing it that works for you. But this is how I feel works the best for me. And it works. It works good. And typically, though, the cleaning pretty much starts on, like, during the inspection, because that's actually how I started cleaning saws, is giving them a little clean down, a little cleaning before the inspection, just so that way, you know, you can see things a little bit better. You can catch things that are wearing or becoming damaged, because sometimes they have so much grime that you can't always tell. And two, I know it sounds kind of silly, but I don't really enjoy working on dirty saws. I know it sounds funny, but because then you have just crap falling all over your bench, and so the cleaning really starts during the inspection. These ones I just gave them a little this, little that, but it wasn't major. So and really, this is all I have going on. I have to clean up 8 saws. I have, let's see, the ones that are really dirty, I think I have about 4 that are super dirty, like this. The other ones are just, for me, they're just regular. They're no big deal. So inspections are done. Quotes have been sent off. Just waiting for parts to get ordered and parts to come in. So it's the perfect time to get all the little, like, side work done, so that way by the time the parts get here, saw's already cleaned up. All you have left to do is the repair, slap it all together, and send it off. Not that our customers expect their saws to be spotless or even cleaned. That's just something that I like to do. It's like my little touch and signature. So most shops won't even touch your saw as far as cleaning. They'll just, like, if you ask them, hey, can you give it a little wipe down, they almost kind of like laugh at you, honestly. I'm sure there's some saws out there that take some pride in their work, but I haven't came across any shops like that. And why? Because of course, you know, they'd have to charge you extra labor and extra fees and whatever. I don't charge extra for this. This is all, the cleaning is all part of the service, unless they bring a saw specifically just for cleaning, which doesn't happen very often because, you know, they're going to get it anyways if they drop something off. But if they do drop it off just specifically for cleaning, then yeah, I'll charge a little bit, but nothing major. You know, when they ask me, hey, if they were to ask me, hey, can I drop off a saw for cleaning, I'd rather just say, hey, just drop it off for a little tune-up service, and you know, that way it's a little bit more worth it, I feel like. So usually use compressed air to quickly blow off most saws and debris. Nothing beats some elbow grease. Exactly. And yeah, no, I do use the air compressor, but sometimes the saws are, I mean, maybe it's just my air compressor, it's not that strong. I mean, it's good enough for what I do, and I'm very grateful to have it, because I went a short time when I first started off that I didn't have one, and it just, man, it really makes a difference. But I just like to break things up, so that way you're not sitting there, you know, air compressing as much, so that way most of it is just broken up, so that way it just blows off a little easier. And the reason I do this, and I don't hit it just with one of those crocodile wet wipes, is because you're just basically going to be just smearing the grime, and it's just, it's just more messy for me, at least. So okay, but yeah, it's been a few days since we've done a live stream. I've just been a little busy. Combination of the shop, but also as some of you guys maybe already know, but I also work in tree service. So I work as a groundsman, but my main gig is sales. So I'm out there knocking doors and trying to lock in jobs, so we have work to do. And so that's what I've been doing this past week, is helping my buddy Chris with sales. So, and it's been fun. This last Sunday we did 11 palm trees. So I managed to lock that job in for him when we went to go knock some doors last week, and so I'm basically his salesman, but if needed, I do groundsman work for him, but he wants me just strictly for sales. He already works for another company, but he just recently started up his own, and not to say that I'm Mr. Salesman and I'm the whatever, but he doesn't really, you know, I'm kind of helping him learn how to do sales. So we're gonna actually go do some sales today. Matter of fact, he just texted me, and so he just rides around. We just ride around, and I kind of just show him how I do it. And then from there, you know, he could put his own little twist to it. And it's really not that difficult. I mean, it is. It's challenging, especially when you have customers that don't want to budge and they don't want service. But, you know, you really have to just know, well, you have to know your prices. You have to know your product, you know. You also have to know your customer. You know, you have to know how to read your customer. Sometimes, you know, sometimes they're kind of easy and you don't have to try as much. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but it's the truth. And sometimes you get customers that are just like, you knock on their door, because that's how we do it. We're old school. We just ride around, look at the trees, look what needs to be done, and we stop and, hey, how you doing today? You know, blah blah blah. You give them your spiel, and they just kind of look at you like, what do you want? And that's, you know, it can be a little intimidating. But so I'm kind of showing him the ropes of just how to, you know, how to go about it and how to do it. And we actually met when I was working at the Ace Hardware here in town in the power equipment shop when I was doing sales, and I sold him a 661. And then I started up my thing here, and he found me on Instagram, and he reached out and he's like, hey man, you know, I'd really like you to come work for me, and or from this company that I work for, but really for me when I start getting my thing going. And I actually told him that I actually told him no, because I was just getting going over here, so I had to stay focused. But I told him, I was like, you know, I'll reach out to you when I'm ready, because I like action. You know, I like wrenching, I like getting the saws ripping, but I like the action. I like being out there. I like slinging trees. I like talking to people, customer service, sales, groundsman work. You won't catch me up in a tree, I can guarantee you that. But just because I'm a little wussy when it comes to heights. But yeah, when I got slow here, we did go through a little dry spell, just not that long ago, like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, okay man, I need to start hustling, you know. So I reached out to him and I was like, hey man, I think I'm ready, and if you still need work or if you still need help, I'm ready. And sure enough, that night at like almost midnight, well, it all started off because he responded to one of my stories on Instagram, and then that just kind of sparked a little light bulb, and I was like, hey, I need to hit him up and, for one, check in with him, see how he's doing, but also two, be like, hey, looking for some work. And sure enough, when I told him, I was like, look man, whatever you need, I'm here, except for climbing, you already know that. And so he's like, if you have a chance right now, give me a call. And the next day we were out there hustling, and yeah. And then he had another project last Saturday in Napa, a couple mulberry trees and little cleanups and things like that. I just wanted to go see what his text message said on my other phone. I was just saying that we were going to go out and grind some sales for a little bit, but something came up, so it sounds like it'll be on Sunday now, which kind of sucks because I was kind of looking forward to it, just being out for a little bit. And then, you know, he does pay me as well. You know, he doesn't just pay me commission, but he pays me for my time. So I was kind of looking forward to those extra bucks. It's all right though. I can't complain because we ain't completely broke right now. So it's just I have some plans tomorrow with a special someone. All right. And I was like, you know, a couple extra bucks wouldn't hurt. But we're doing good though. We're all right. We're still blessed. which is actually probably a good thing, because not that I'm stressed out or rushing to get this done. You know, I can just take my time even more, because usually the guys that work in tree service, sometimes they get out around like 3 o'clock, maybe 5. Right now it's 2:37, but we're gonna work on this 201 for a little bit, just so that way if our friend River Bryant comes back and checks and see if I've done a video, actually, I'll probably just comment and be like, hey man, check out the latest live, just so you can see the process. But it's pretty much it. I mean, just a lot of scrubbing, a lot of picking with the tools here, and that's pretty much it. I know they don't have to be completely 100% spotless. I mean, no matter what, they're going to look better than what they did. But if I do have the time, I'd rather just be as thorough as I can, and without letting my OCD get too a hold of me. Because boy, that gets bad. I don't know. I think that's just what happens though when you love what you do and you really just try to put your all in, and that's just what happens. Oh, I know that one. For me, it would be Whiskey Money though. Oh, I've heard of Whiskey Money. Yeah. I don't even drink liquor. I'm a beer drinker, but you know, a little shot of but when I do, sometimes, like very rarely, I do prefer whiskey. I wouldn't mind a little shot right now, just to kind of warm up a little bit, get that warm feeling. Don't do vodka. Like, I don't do it. Never had a good experience with vodka. I've only had it a few times. Tequila, I'll do tequila. I am Mexican, so I just totally stereotype myself. But no, whiskey though, I like whiskey. But a little shot to warm up wouldn't hurt, but we got work to do. So yeah, this one's pretty much good to go. There was something else I was going to mention, but I totally forgot. So it must not be too important. Yeah, beer right now, in all honesty, you know, depends on the day, especially after a day of a lot of productivity. I do like to grab some brewskis and sit in the shop and just have a few beers, but man, it's too cold for all that. But I mean, there I am still, but it's just not as enjoyable compared to like a hot summer day. But I really do try to keep the drinking on a minimum. Basically, when I just go out and hang out with my special person, or just when I'm out being social. But every now and then, though, I'll pick up a little something and hang out in the shop. I don't do any live streams or nothing when I'm just hanging out, because that's not the image that I'm trying to portray, and that's just not what we're here for. If it was like a personal channel, I mean, this is a personal channel, but you guys know what I mean. There's a time and place for everything, especially because, you know, I'm not no Mr. Big Time or nothing, but like I've said, you know, I do every now and then I interact with a lot of companies, you know, Stihl and Echo a little bit, and you just never know who's watching, right? You never know who's watching. Just like when we're at work, you know, you may think nobody's watching you. Somebody's watching you. So it's always good to just be on on point. Because the last thing I would hate is, what if one day I was sitting there and we're just tossing them back and bullshitting, and then someone kind of important comes along and they see you, and then they're like, "Ooh, you never know. You never know." I just think about things like that more. When I was younger, I didn't give a shit. I'm like, I'm gonna do me and do what I want. But actions always come with consequences. Okay. MNG says, homemade michelada. I can do those. Definitely micheladas. Not really a Bloody Mary kind of guy, but micheladas with a nice cold modelo. Oh man, haven't had a michelada in a while, but I think we're gonna go out to this Mexican restaurant tomorrow. So you know what? I think that might be a good opportunity to try one. Or not try one, but have one, I should say. Everyone kind of makes them a little different, but me and tequila got a divorce many years ago. It's like me and vodka. I've only had vodka. I've only drank it like 3 times, and it just wasn't good. It wasn't good for many reasons. One, because I just got way too good. Things happened, and yeah, just not good. So I think this is pretty good now for the tank housing, and for the housing. I don't know, tank housing. It's the housing, all right? It's pretty good. So, and speaking of tequila, I just actually my special person and I just went out to this place last weekend called Hot Monk here in a town called Sonoma, and she's a fan of margaritas. Margaritas are good. I don't ever drink them, but she got one from that place. It's called Hot Monk Tavern. Cool place. It looked really good, and they don't have a huge beer selection. It's kind of weird. So I just got a Russian River Pliny IPA, but I don't really do IPAs. I like sours and I like hazies. I know those are IPAs, but they're a little different. But like that super hoppy stuff, I just can't do it anymore. I know pale ale is like a, well, I was gonna say it's like an IPA, but it's not. It's a pale ale, and it's not as like hoppy like the Sierra Nevadas. Those are great. So I didn't know what else to get, and they had Russian River Pliny there. And I was like, oh, let me just get the Pliny, because I actually have Russian River just right over there. My favorite spot. The only beer that I like from there is their Consecration, which is a sour. It's a 10%er, but it's good, really good. But that Pliny, man, it was just too like, ugh. So they brought out the margarita, and I'm like, damn, that looks really good. So I had a margarita. I had it was just a regular margarita with I chose Cazadores tequila, a really good tequila. Hers was strong, man. They're like, what kind of tequila do you want? She's like, doesn't matter. I'm like, doesn't matter? But hey, some people doesn't matter. So now we're gonna do cylinder head and crankcase. And it was really good. Good margarita. Enchiladas are good, man. They're good. Like I said, everyone kind of makes them a little different, but you know, you got your chile in there, you got your tajin, you got, you know, a little this, a little that. It's basically just like a Mexican style beer, essentially. You know, you can either do Corona, or I like Modelo, so you can do Modelo. So yeah, I'm just thinking about the plan for the live stream here. So I think we'll just work on the housing, which we already did the first step, which is basically scrub. Alrighty, H. thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. If we don't see each other on here in the following days, hope you have a good weekend. And then we'll work on, obviously, the cylinder head and the crankcase and go through all that. And then I'll keep plugging along on the smaller parts. So I'll be out here for a little while. Maybe we can do them together. We'll see. We'll see. I'm telling you, the cleaning isn't really exciting stuff. I mean, probably as a viewer, it probably doesn't. It's not too fun. But either way, I like coming in and saying hello to everybody. Like I said, the last live stream, it was about 6 days ago, and just got a little busy with some side work. But I'm also, if I get too busy in the shop, I mean, I gotta, the work comes first. But like I said, I think in the last live stream, I miss you guys, man. I like doing these live streams. Met a lot of cool people. I'd like to kind of think that some look forward to our live streams. And yeah, it's just a fun time. There was a time where I was doing them at least like 2 live streams a day. Like when I was first starting off here, but then I was still trying to find the balance between work and doing all this social media stuff. And so just kind of started putting a damper on productivity. So of course, I gotta stay focused with the work. Reset, or let's see here, M&G says, don't forget to set your alarm clock. That's right. That is important. Reese says, can I have your hat? I don't know, it's kind of sweaty. It's been, actually, this is actually a fairly new hat. I mean, I got it back in what, like August? And I do wear it, but not too much. So, I mean, I guess it's still in good condition. If you were here, I could probably hook you up. Or Ripsaw does have them on their website. They're not too badly priced, I don't think. I think they're I don't know, like 25, 30 bucks. I'm not sure, actually. Should probably know my prices before I start advertising. I'm not advertising, I'm suggesting, man. All right. I used to wear nothing but flat bills. But lately I've been liking like just regular hats, like the ones that I normally wear. But I think it's mainly for like when I go out. Well, like when I'm doing sales, I wouldn't wear a flat bill because this looks more like what up kind of thing, and a regular hat looks a little more professional, I guess. I don't know. Then again, I'm not out there in a suit and tie and slacks. Like right now, I'm actually in chill mode. I'm usually wearing jeans and boots. But today, we're rocking basketball shorts and the Hoka shoes. I think the main reason I'm not wearing my boots right now is because, I practically live in those boots, and they got some personality. They got some funk. Not very good. know if you're still here, M&G, but how's the hydraulic business these days? Hopefully it's been good. Hopefully it's been steady. Boom, boom. Right. This brush is getting a little not so good here for what we need. I have a new one in there, but I really do my best to get the most life out of the brush. Or you guys know what I mean, I think. Get the most out of it. I try to get the most out of it. Boom, 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 boom. Those are some interesting sirens. Hydraulic pump works gets slow this time of year due to the cold weather, not able to pour concrete as much. That makes sense. But hey, as long as, as long as we still got a job, You know, at least something coming in, better than nothing. But no, I get it. I get it. I feel like a lot of businesses get slow during the winter, except for like snow plowing businesses. And I mean, we don't have that here, but like HVAC companies, they probably get a little busier around this time of year. New furnaces and heaters. And that business over there, man, that company that's over here, they always sound like they're having a lot of fun and bullshitting and giggling. I think I want to work over there because I ain't having fun right now. I'm mad. I'm mad that I'm working for myself. I'm just kidding. Nah, I actually know someone that works over there. They're good people, good peeps. But they're always having a fun time over there, and that's honestly a great thing, man. If you can go to work and have fun, and you know, tolerate your coworkers and get along, I think that's great. That's like the best part. Because I've had jobs in the past where it's a good job. I liked what I did, and you know, maybe the pay was good or maybe it wasn't, but I liked what I did. But then the people just not so great. You're only as good as your team, I feel like. We need the funk. Gotta have the funk. Yeah. I'm gonna have to listen to that song later. We need the funk. I don't know. The reason I even got that song stuck in my head is because we were talking about my work boots, that they're funky right now, man, because I live in those things. And then it just started making me think about that song. That was a good song, though. Oh, shit. Stay busy doing landscapers and other contractors' equipment repair. Hell yeah. See, that's why, man. See, that's why those of us that do this, a lot of people are like, oh, money pit, and oh, there's no money in that. But you know what? There is money in it. Not all the time, but again, it all depends on if you love what you do. And I love this stuff right now. And some people tell me, why do you say that? Why do you say it like that? Like, I love this right now. Well, passions come, passions go. Just like money. Money comes, money goes. I mean, I don't know, but I don't see myself slowing down, because I just, even on the days where I get really like overwhelmed and kind of frustrated, I just feel like that makes me love it even more. And it's like I feel like small engine repair is one of those like dying arts. You know, even though it's really in demand, but not everybody works on small engines, and it's needed. And even if I wasn't doing this for like a living necessarily, I would still, you know, my goal is to be in a spot where I can have a little bit of property and rip chainsaws, and you know, eventually I want to get back into the RC stuff, because that's how I started working on little things like this. is nitro RC cars and then electric RC cars. So that basically gave me the experience to work with small parts and components. And I've always been a little like pretty good at being mechanically inclined, and especially if we have an interest in it, it just, you know, it's easier for us to learn. But now that I do this, I really want to get back into RC and get it. Oh, don't poke these, it doesn't feel good. Wakes you up a little bit though, woke me up. Get into the 5th scale stuff, running 2-stroke engines. That'd be sick. But one thing at a time though, one thing at a time. That's more just money spending hobby rather than making a few bucks hobby. Because I still see this as a hobby, man. I mean, it's a job. It is a job. It's a business, but sometimes when people ask me, what do you do? Like, and I'm like, oh, I'm a chainsaw mechanic. I just feel like I'm just like messing with toys, like messing compared to being like, oh, I'm an automotive mechanic, I'm a diesel mechanic. I don't know. I know I'm the one that's just thinking it that way. Fishing out here, yeah, there's some good fishing out here. I don't go, but there is some good fishing spots. Russian River. There's a cool like couple parks that are out here, you know, that have. But there are some spots out here for sure. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Ocean fishing. So we got what? We got catfish, rockfish, bass, sturgeon, a little everything. I like going fishing. I don't go much, but I like going. I've never caught anything, but I like going just to hang out and, you know, just shoot the shits. I like going camping. Haven't done that in a while. Tastes like HP Ultra. No, I'm just kidding. It's your boy Patrick. My boy, what's up? What's up? My boy says, or it's your boy says, I work on small engines as well. Mostly do all the Stihl equipment because I know them best. And the other 2 guys work on tractors and 0 turns. Yeah. You know, talk to me about a generator or a lawnmower. Could probably figure it out, but nah. Weed eaters, blowers, definitely chainsaws. I got you all day, especially Stihl, because that's what I primarily get over here too. I do get, I actually get more Echo than I do Husqvarna, but I do get some Husqvarna or Husqvarna here and there. I have a couple Husky chainsaws here right now, but I probably could work on tractors, but I'd have to like mess around with it for a little bit and, you know. Honda gang, let's go. Eventually I would like to start working on like skid steers and cat equipment, just because that's what a lot of Kubota, just because I love Kubota. I mean, so I'm a Kubota and cat person. The first thing I ever drove when I was what, like maybe 7 years old, no joke, when I lived in Watsonville, California on the ranch. um, I learned to drive a Kubota L4200, and I'd be out there plowing the fields, man. Badass tractor. But yeah, like do work on skid steers and chippers, just because that's what my guys use a lot. I mean, I know how to do blade replacements, but I'm talking like oil changes, and you know, if I was working on skid steers, you know, doing track replacements and general maintenance, and I don't know, some mods, you know, do some cylinder porting on those things. I'm just kidding. Muffler mods, yeah, straight pipe, brother. Sure, someone out there did it or does that. I don't know. '84 Echo 660. Let's go. Some pretty cool that I mean, I like when anybody's here on our lives, but it's been cool that there's been some more small engine peeps pulling up. And I'm glad I decided to start doing live streams when I did. Like I said, live streams were just going to be temporary, or just to try it out until I started making like, you know, how-to videos and things like that. But since I'm always kind of mumbling to myself when I'm working on stuff, one day I was like, you know what? I got to do something with the channel. I mean, I was already posting shorts, you know, but I mean, shorts are shorts. I mean, that helps. But one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to just see what the live stream scene is like on YouTube. And so I just was like, you know, I'll just have it going in the background, and man, I've met a lot of cool people, a lot of, you know, just a lot of cool people. Like everyone that's here right now, and just, you know, it's just great. Because I would try to do them on Instagram. Instagram sucks. I mean, I love Instagram because that's where all my buddies are, all of our customers are. That's where all of our customers pretty much come from, if not word of mouth. Although, yesterday I spent pretty much all day doing some cool little like business moves for the shop, which I'm actually really excited about. It's already leveled us up quite a bit. And which is, we now have a invoicing and estimate system. So I can write up estimates, and it's really cool because when you're typing in, when you're, you know, putting in your parts, it catalogs them, so that basically I'm essentially building up a POS. So like a fast food POS, you know, you want a number 2 with cheese. Okay, just number 2 with cheese. Oh, you don't want tomatoes on that? Okay. And it's already saved, so you don't have to keep re-entering. I don't have to write out receipts anymore. I have invoicing now, so it just looks freaking sick. And then now I'm now offering, now able to take debit, credit card, so I can do tap transactions straight on my iPhone without the need of any like extra hardware or anything. Or people can scan a QR code and then it sends them a payment link. Or I can just, there's also another way of like payment link, you know, they can visit and pay. When I'm done writing up the quote or the estimate, you know, it does a PDF version of it, so I can send them a link, so I can send it straight from my phone to them, whether it's email, messenger, or email or text. And it'll give them like a simple view, and then if they hit the view estimate button, it shows up the actual PDF invoice numbers. I can modify that to whatever I want. It has the shop name, everything, billing address. We're legit. I mean, it looks freaking sick. I'm excited. And then also too, I started setting up a Google business page, which is halfway set up. I just have to do a couple things so I can do a verification video. I need to work on some business cards because I know I'm dropping the ball on that, but I don't have any yet. So that way I can get verified. And then whenever you guys look up Preferred SolidWorks on Google, we'll be right there, or small engine repair, we'll be right there. I already have pictures uploaded. I also bought a domain, so I now have a preferredsolidworks.com domain. I just have to build up the website. I'm not too worried about that right now. I really just bought that domain so I can set up the, my bank accounts to the payment system. And the invoicing and estimates and the payment stuff, that's all done with an app. And if you guys run a little business, I would really recommend it. It's literally called Invoice Maker. It's like, it costs $6 a week, but it's, for me, clean user interface, works really well. When you're writing up your invoice, under the quantities, you can decide if it's going to be eaches. So like if you're selling merchandise or if you're charging labor, you can do your units in hours. You can choose if it's going to be taxable, or if it's discounted. You can write literally just like a repair shop or like a repair shop. I mean, it's really freaking awesome. So now it's fun doing quotes and invoices. Because before it was just kind of like, okay, you want this? Okay, yeah, like, I mean, that's just trust, I guess. But, people have been asking more. Like, I've been having the opportunity to work with bigger companies, and, they do things a little bit more legit. And it's a lot easier for our customers now, because now they don't have to bring just cash or have to worry about, oh, well, I don't know if I have Zelle or Apple Pay. They can just use debit card. I do accept checks, but I never get checks, and I don't prefer checks, but that's fine. Money is money. So it's just a smoother and cleaner customer experience. It's freaking awesome. For $6 a month, or excuse me, a week, totally worth it. Totally worth it. You can choose what your estimate or invoice template looks like. Basically, it's just the color, but it looks really good. Once we finish this up a little bit, I can maybe show you guys what that looks like. But yeah, check it out, Invoice Maker. You can find it on Apple Store, or I'm sure Google Play. Really nice app. And so yeah, I mean, it's more motivating, I guess. I mean, it's not motivating, like, you guys get what I mean. It feels good to be more like professional and have a better like customer experience, because now I can just send them invoices, send them those estimates, and those estimates, you don't have to make a separate invoice. You can just invoice it out just like a real system. It's freaking awesome, man. So I did that all day yesterday. It did take some time. The payment setup was a little tricky, but I did it. And the Google business page, I just have to get verified. So I just have to have business card, because part of the proof in the video is just showing something with your business name printed. So business credit card, business car, and then you just got to show like your street and the surrounding areas. That doesn't get posted publicly. That's just for Google to verify, like, okay, it's not just some dude in his grandfather's shed, which that is what it is. But I mean, a place where people can actually stop by. But everything else is set up. The page is set up. My hours are all set up. I could even set up holiday hours. I mean, just like other, just like a business. I mean, that's what we are, but it feels cool. It's just more drive. I don't know. It just feels good. That's all. Doesn't motivate me more to do work. It's just, you guys get what I'm saying, I think. I don't know. Hold on 1 second, guys. I have to send out a text real quick. It's kind of important. 1 second. It's your boy said you don't pressure wash your saws. No, sir. No, sir. Good old hand power and elbow grease. And a little time, a little patience. These saws come out. Okay, I'm probably gonna sound a little full of shit right now, but the saws come out just as good as a pressure washer. I can guarantee you that, man. I have my system down to a T. They come out great. Probably just as good if I was to dunk them in a ultrasonic washer too. They come out really good. I don't know. I like cleaning saws, believe it or not. This one, and I have 3 more. I mean, obviously all equipment gets dirty, but this last batch of saws that I got, 4 of them, they're just nasty, nasty. But it's gonna make for a better transformation. Already, I mean, here we are. I mean, I know you probably weren't, I don't think you were here in the beginning, but this is what it's looking like just with scrubbing, using a pick tool, little wire brush, air compressor, a small flathead just to get extra scraping coverage. And that's pretty much it. And then, so this is the first step to my cleaning process. The second step is basically just wiping it down with something called a crocodile cloth. It's a wet wipe. Really nice cloths. They don't have like a weird, like oily film. The texture of it really helps pick up any dirt and grime. But the reason I do it this way is that way by the time I go hit it with the wipe, it's not all smearing and whatever. But I do most of the work just by doing it like this. And I don't charge my customers extra for this. This is just part of the service. And I don't charge, I mean, I do charge labor. I have an hourly rate, but I don't charge every single minute that I'm wasting, you know, well, not wasting, but what am I trying to say here? I don't charge, I actually probably jip myself on a lot of labor, but I'm not going to sit here and, you know, I just charge them what I feel is appropriate. And that's it. And I do all the cleaning. I start the cleaning process kind of before the inspection, just so that way I can get a better visual of everything and see what everything is looking like. And then the rest of the cleaning I do while I'm waiting for parts to get delivered, or waiting for customers to approve the quote, or they have the, you know, or until they have the money to buy the parts or whatever. So it all works out. That's why I try to work the way that I do. I just try to keep it going. So that way I can do a good cleaning job, even though, you know, I feel like I've been cleaning saws like this for a little bit now, and Like I said, I do kind of have it down to a T. And these ones, actually, this is one of the saws that came in that's just extra dirty. It's probably like this one and the other three are probably the dirtiest that I've had in quite some time. The other ones now, to me, are just like regular. They're just regular dirty. These ones were just nasty. But this is all I have to do right now. Inspections are done. Everything is good to go. Again, just waiting for customers to approve quotes and start ordering parts. And then, you know, there's going to be some more downtime before the parts get here. So that's when I do all the rest of the cleaning. So just taking my time, and I don't have to work so like in a rush, because I hate working in a rush. It just puts me in a bad mood. And but again, that's up to us to just be proactive and stay on top of our flow and not get behind, because cleaning does take time, especially if you want to, you know, I kind of feel like I've put a standard on my cleaning. So now I feel like if I do it any less, people are going to be like, oh, did he even really try? Because it doesn't look like how he normally does it. So that's kind of my fault, but I love what I do. I put pride into what I do. And but I just feel like if I were to give a customer's saw back and it's not how they usually see me leaving saws, you know, when I post Instagram pictures, like the before and afters, and they see something that might not look as clean, I feel like they're going to be like, he just kind of half-assed my saw. What the hell? And so yeah. But even when I have a lot of work, I mean, I have quite a bit right now. I have a total of 20 saws here right now. They're all in progress. They're all done to a certain extent. So right now it's just a bunch of cleaning, and I actually really didn't plan on doing a live stream today. But I had a gentleman reach out. His name is River Bryant, and he commented on one of the last videos that I posted, a short, basically just saying, you know, cleaning day or something like that. And he asked me if I can do a video just kind of showing my process of how I clean the saw. And of course I said absolutely. And I was going to try to make just like a dedicated video, but I was like, you know what? This would be a good time to do a live stream. Not an excuse to do a live stream, because I love doing these, but what I meant to say is this is a good topic for a live stream. So instead of trying to make a video, and so after we're done here, I'll just reach out to him and say, hey, check out the last live stream. So yeah, and it's just a chill live stream. I feel like they're not as exciting as other live streams, but I mean, it's part of what we do here. So, but it's really just a lot of just sitting here and whatnots. Well, that was rude, huh? Let's see. Paul Conte says Ripsaw. He was a good guy. Not sure what that means. But I don't know them personally. I don't know them. I do hear the talk that's around nowadays. I don't own a Ripsaw chainsaw, and I've ordered a few things from Ripsaw for my personal 2511T, and obviously some threads, but I do hear some chatter out there nowadays about them, about just saw turnaround times, and you know, and people say they're overhyped and whatnot. Honestly, I don't know. The reason why I am a Ripsaw supporter is just when I started getting into all this stuff and I started looking into, you know, specifically porting and modifying, they came up on my feed, and I just liked their style, and they inspired me and motivated me, and that's kind of also why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I also do porting, and I don't do a lot of porting, but I do porting. I do a lot of just general repairs. But I do a lot of, you know, modifications like quarter pitch conversions, muffler mods. Um, since I've started my little shop here, I've ported what, like 4 saws. So the last one that I just did about a week ago is a Stihl 151. Ported it, did a badass muffler mod, and I say it's badass because it came out a lot better than I even thought it would, because I didn't really have a plan of attack, because I've never did a muffler modification on it, but it came out really good, really clean, and just really nice. The cylinder came out great, so hopefully maybe one of these next coming days I can do a running vid on it. So our customer is on vacation right now, so his saw's still here, but there's a lot of great guys out there. There's a lot of great people that are doing porting jobs for either the same price or for a little cheaper. I definitely don't charge ripsaw prices, you know, and but yeah, they get a little bit of shit nowadays, but you know, that's always going to happen. I feel like I'm nowhere near on the level of ripsaw as far as like company size and reputation, but even I get my little shit here and there, like, oh. But in my mind, if you're not being talked about, then you're probably not doing nothing. But if you're being talked about, it's because you're actually doing something. But what I've been hearing about ripsaw, that does not sound good. That does not sound good. Are they overpriced? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's like to each their own opinion, I feel like. But I mean, porting takes time. Good porting does take time, because things can go wrong, and just wrong very quickly. But I don't know. I really don't know how they run their business. I just kind of like their style. Basically, the way I see them is just a group of guys. They're like, hey, we like this, and we should start up a business, and they did. And I've seen the videos of their warehouse, and it just looks clean, and it looks cool, and I don't know, they just inspired me. That's all. I don't support them in the sense of like they're the best in porting, and they're no, I don't. I just strictly for like business. That's all. But some of my favorite chainsaw guys that do porting, my personal favorite, Aaron Lynch. He's the man. Red Beer Saws. There's also another guy. Oh, Charlie Briscoe or Charles Briscoe. That dude can do some sick shit too. Buxton. But really though, my guy is Aaron, and I really like that guy, Redbeard, and Charlie or Charles. And of course, there's Dino Joe or right, Dino Joe, and of course there's Donnie Walker. But I don't know. My dudes are Aaron and Redbeard. Aaron's just a really good stand-up guy. So is Redbeard. Redbeard and I, we have. It's cool because I can call them buddies of mine. We talk here and there. They're just two very busy guys. Aaron's very helpful. He's my go-to guy if I ever have any questions or anything like that. Every now and then when he has some time, he'll share projects with me, send me some pics and stuff. Redbeard, we have each other's phone numbers, but he's also a very busy person, so we chat every now and then. We check in. I just talked to him like a week ago or so. So it's just really cool. It's just really cool to be able to call these guys buddies and friends, being that they're people that I look up to, and they encourage me and inspire me, and just people that I looked up to or that I started watching, when I got into all this stuff. And it's just cool. It's just cool what happens when you stay consistent. You do your best to treat people right. Of course, you got to show love as well. But yeah, it's a really cool community. So, and it brings me to say, I feel like there's like a little bit of some weird stuff going on, just like all this like clone saw stuff and like clown, like, I don't know. There's like a couple of goofies out there that I'm just like, what? But I don't know. Maybe they know something. Maybe they're onto something. But to me, it's just like, I don't know. But anyways, that's not for me to judge, because who am I? I'm just a guy just doing my thing. I'm sure there's people out there that look at me like, who the F is this guy, But it's not about that. It's just, I don't know. Okay. I think we're pretty much good on the scrubbing and air compressing here. I think we're just about ready to move on to the second and pretty much final step of the cleaning process. I mean, I do have some other small parts that I need to clean off, but I wanted to just at least show you guys the process with the crankcase, cylinder head, and housing. It's pretty much the same thing for the other parts. Which basically the last step is just to hit it with the old crocodile cloth. And again, that's just a wet wipe type of deal. I think they smell good. They're not super chemical. They don't leave no weird like residue or film. It picks up the grime really good and just gives everything a nice little shine. I do have degreaser cleaners. I use Purple Power, but that's really just all I use for chains, to clean up clutches and sprockets when needed. Metal parts essentially, or cylinder heads sometimes. But everything else, plastics, anything else, I do it just like this. 4 main tools for that, for the way I do it. Small flathead, a pick tool. I like the one with the little curvy on it. Specifically this style wire brush. And the star of the show here, air compressor. Yeah. Like I said, we're ready to go inside and just do the final cleaning, but the OCD is what's kicking in right now. Just this little part of the cylinder head right here. And you know, the crazy thing is our customers are not going to tear up their saw and see like, okay, well, he actually did get in there. But the thing is, I know. And again, you never know. What if they do? But I know they're not going to. So if I miss a little nook and cranny that doesn't really actually matter, there's a good chance our customer's never going to know, and they don't expect it to be 100% spotless. But the thing is, you know, if I feel like I need to hit that spot and I don't do it, I'm going to keep thinking about that and rather just ease the mind. So anyways, And I know this is just a me thing, but one thing that really kind of drives me crazy is when the head of the screws have a bunch of junk packed inside of it. I know it's a chainsaw. I know it's supposed to get dirty, but it's just one of the things that I like it. And that happened to me one time. I realized how much I hated that because I'd clean up saws and then I'd look at him like, man, it looks great. But then I'd start noticing like the head of the screws are all caked up, and he said, what? Yeah, I said caked up. You guys know what I mean though. And I don't know, it's just details. I don't know. Especially when I have time like I am right now, I'm all caught up and I don't really necessarily have to like break my back to get something done really quick. I can really take my time like how I like to and just, I don't know. It's just what I do, all right? Jeez, let me be happy. All right. See, like all that crap that was packed in there. When I do my after pictures, everything else is gonna look clean. And if I don't hit this little spot right here, I'm gonna know. And it's just gonna drive me crazy. Okay. Nothing, mate. I mean, it's all part of the game. All right, let's go into the shop. We got Total Tech in the house. Hello, hello. And we got Val in the house. Val, what up, what up? Leonardo Batista Rocha. Hello, my friend. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to see everybody. Hope you guys are doing well out there. So, basically just getting down on some cleaning. I have a lot of cleaning to do. This is just one of 8 saws that I need to get cleaned up. 4 of those saws, this is one of them, extra dirty and grimy, which is good. It's more of a challenge, but it just makes for a better like transformation, essentially. What I'm going to do right now real quick, I'm going to head inside just to wash off my hands. Right now it's basically, so the reason I decided to do this for our live stream today is because I had someone reach out to me a few days ago. Their name is River Bryant, and they asked if I can show or do a video showing the process of how I clean saws, and I said absolutely. And I was going to try to do just like a dedicated video, like record a video and show the process, but I figured it would be just easier to do a live stream and show it that way. And also too, it's been a minute since I've seen you guys, so that's what we're doing. We just did the first step, which is a lot of scrubbing and picking and breaking up all the dirt and the grime, air compressing, and now we're on to the second and last step, which is basically just hitting it with my favorite crocodile wipe. It's just a it's just a wet wipe. It's good on, it's like a degreaser cleaner wipe, or it's like a degreaser cleaner but in wipe form. Really good wipes. I've used a different kind in the past and I didn't really like them. These are really great for many reasons. They're big. The texture of them really help pick up just all that little bit of grime, and it's really good on grease. They're really good on grease, and they smell good. That's kind of weird, but they smell good. And they last a long time. They stay moist for a very long time, which that's actually one of their kind of like guarantees, one of their like selling points. And it's true. They do, compared to other wipes that I've used. So I'm going to just go and wipe my hands so that way I'm not smudging and smearing grease and everything. And then we'll go ahead and wipe it down. And then that's basically all we're going to do for this live stream. I still have to clean all the other little components and handles and little parts, but the cleaning is fun for me because I can just buckle down and just it's kind of therapeutic to clean. It's weird to say. Well, it's not weird for me, but I'm sure it sounds weird for some of you to hear that, but it's like chain sharpening. I really like that, just to like focus down, which I do have quite a few chains to sharpen as well. But it's nothing really too exciting to watch, I feel like. So the live stream tonight hasn't been very, very lively, but again, it's just cleaning. So it's nothing like a repair or mods. Although I like this part of it because everyone's always like, oh my gosh, they look great. But at least I figured let's work on the housing and cylinder head, crankcase, and all that good stuff, and then I'll do the rest by myself. No, so let me just go wash my hands so that way it just doesn't smear and everything. So just give me just a second here. Grayson, what up, what up? Oh man, gotta load up on some vitamin C. Hopefully it's not anything serious, meaning like COVID or nothing. Hopefully it's just like a cold or a flu. Either way, it sucks. Hopefully you feel better soon. We got M&G back in the house, so just give me just a minute. Let me go wash up my dirty hands here, and we'll get to spit shining these things. Okay, one sec. That was weird. Okay, so last step here. Let's see, what do I want to start off with? Let's start off with the housing. Okay, so this is what the crock wipes look like. They're nice and big, so that way you can kind of bunch them up and do your thing. They're durable. Obviously, if you sit there and try to tear them, they will tear, but they're not like other wipes where they tear easily. They smell good. It's weird. And they're just good on grime and grease, and I like them a lot. This pack of 100 has lasted me a long time. I just found these on a whim. Actually, I need to get more. Wow, I only have one left. That's actually kind of sad. I've had this pack of wipes since I first started the shop, which was what, like August, July, August. But you can get a lot of uses out of one wipe. They're 15 inches by 10 inches, so they're big. Made in the US of A. Anyways, enough with the blab. Let's just get it going. And the way I still use a flathead and the screwdriver with the wipe, just so I can kind of get in there. And I know I get pretty into it. It's weird, but all right. I think I'll use this paper towel because I kind of like to. So the old ones, once they dry up and if they're not super dirty, I like to use one wet and one dry just to kind of. It's kind of like a wax on, wax off type of deal. But I'll use this paper towel for now since it's here. So I get a lot of uses out of these wipes. So the old ones, I use it to just wipe things down, wipe things off. Even though they're not wet, I just use them instead of using paper towels, which I don't ever use. I just happen to have this one here, or use a bunch of cloths. Same thing with my shop rags. I have a pack of 25. I'm just now using a new one because I use the same ones over and over and over, and of course you can wash them. These are cool, but little fibers come off and it gets stuck to the plastic and it's kind of annoying, but I'm sure once I wash them they'll be fine. But even like these, I just use them until they're just really, really dirty and just dirty. I don't just keep pulling new ones off. We got money like that, man. And even if I did. So this is, like I said, that one's the second one that I finally pulled out since I started the shop. Just gotta try to get the most out of everything. Oh man, I'm excited. And this is actually for a new customer of mine, and his boss is the one that's going to end up paying for everything, and it's a big company, so I mean, no special treatment, but I got to make sure this one comes out looking as great as the other ones, because if it doesn't, because he told me, he's like, I'm excited to see what you can do, and if everything turns out good, he's like, I got a bunch of saws just sitting in the shed. And I'm like, okay. So he's basically saying, and he already told me, he's like, I've had a couple other people work on my stuff. He's like, but one guy did good work, but I found out he was using Chinese parts. And I'm like, he's like, so is everything here? I'm like, dude, everything here is OEM, Stihl, Echo, Husky, unless a customer's like, hey, go as cheap as possible. But I strongly don't advise that. So it kind of comes back to my point, or what M and G were talking about, and I were talking about that highway cylinder for the 044, and about, oh, it has a decompression valve, which I totally didn't think about, just using a decompression plug. But the thing is, I don't want my customer to use that on his 044. Like, I really don't. And some would probably say, oh yeah, of course you just want them to buy the more expensive stuff, and that way you make more money. Well, I don't make money off of parts, first of all. And second of all, if anything, I'm looking out for them, so they don't have to spend more money, because they're going to run a cheap ass cylinder and then it's going to blow up or whatever. And then they're going to have to come back and another inspection. And then it's just, OEM is the way to go. Yeah, it's expensive as hell, but I mean, at what cost though, That's kind of what I thought about doing for Big Bertha, my personal 661. It needs a new top end, but I just actually haven't even had time to mess with my stuff. I bought that saw for a really great price. It was posted on Marketplace for $950. Already then and there, I was like, I'm buying it, because it looked really clean and nice, and it was. And it is. And but I was still working at the shop, and they drove down an hour from a town called Middletown, and then so I tried to start it up, and the compression just did not feel good, and it just wasn't starting. It like wanted to start once, but then it didn't. And so I did a little just quick inspection, and sure enough, scored up and just not good. And so I told the guy, I was like, look, man, I hate to tell you this, but I mean, you can look at it yourself, but it's done. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, this thing needs a new, I'm like, it's all scored up. It ain't gonna start. He's like, well, so he's like, so what do we have to do? And I said, so if I buy it, I have to put in a new top end, cylinder and piston. And I was like, so I don't know. And he's like, and how much is that usually? I'm like, a few $100 at least. And I was like, so I don't know what you want to do at this point. And he's like, he literally told me, he's like, well, I already drove all this way. And I said, I get that. I said, and I felt bad, because I would have still bought it for $950. I think I would have, because it's a clean saw, and after everything I did to it, cosmetically, it's brand new, other than the handle and the handle housing. But I put all new plastics on it, because I had it all laying around. Rewind starter, shroud, air filter cover. I put a West Coast clutch cover on there with the West Coast dogs. I even went as far as putting new filler caps, like the good ones with the blue O-rings, because I have a whole bunch. I have parts laying around. And it's a freaking beautiful saw. I mean, even the parts that he brought it originally, I'm sure he cleaned it up a little bit, but they were nice. And it was kind of messed up, because I feel like they just had it long enough and ran it long enough to blow it up. Or not blow it up, but score it up and whatnot. And I was like, look, man, I'll give you $800. He looked at his friend. He's like, yeah, we'll take it. No problem. I was like, all right, right on. And so I'll show it to you guys after we're done doing this. But I mean, she's just right over, or I just tried to gender my saw again. It's right over here behind me. But great, beautiful saw, new rewind starter assembly, just brand new everything as far as cosmetic stuff on the outside, minus the muffler. I was going to put a West Coast bark box on it, but the only ones that I have right now are for the 066 and 660. What Was it aftermarket you said? Yeah, the cylinder for the cylinder for the one that my buddy brought, and he's like, well, I actually already had a cylinder for the 044. He's like, can we use this? And I'm like, yeah, we can use it. I said it's going to be cheap. It's a highway cylinder. I believe it is Nicosil, but either way, I mean, we know how the plating is on those. I was like, and then I noticed that it had the decompression valve, and I'm like, oh man, like it's actually not going to work because yours doesn't have a decomp. And I wasn't thinking at the time where we could just plug it up. But again, I'd rather him not use that on his 044C. I'd rather him get a good one. And, so like that, I feel like we should just, because he's like, well, do you think we can just sell it on your eBay store? And then I was looking on the prices. I'm like, and I told him, I was like, you know what, man, we should just keep it because we're actually probably going to lose money on it. Because they're already going for so dirt cheap. Because they are cheap. They don't sell for much. Plus, we got to factor in shipping costs and on us, or just, and the time to go drop it off to the post office. It just doesn't really compute. So I was like, you know what, let's just keep it. We can find another 044. We can just have some fun with the cylinder. And just, have it for like a little R&D, just fun. I was like, but let's not run it, man. It's just not worth it. So that's what we're going to do. Because we're not going to make no money off of it unless we're going to try to be some dirt bags and like mark it up. But who's going to want to buy that crap? Well, I mean, people do, but not for more than what it's actually worth. Unless it's somebody that doesn't know any better, but we're not trying to be those people that's just like, yeah. So anyway, my point was, I was losing the point on this whole blab. That's what I kind of thought about doing to Big Bertha, just getting a cheap cylinder. And that's actually what one of the mechanics told me at the shop that I was working at. He's like, bro, he's like, fuck it. He's like, just put an aftermarket cylinder and resell that shit and get money for it. And I thought about it because I was like, I could easily do that, but no, I want that saw for me. I already sold my brand new 500 just to like reinvest into the company. And yeah, I have my 028 Wood Boss, but that needs some work. I have a little 018 that was my grandfather's, but and I had a 201 TC, the M-Tronic, brand new, that I didn't get to run just because I don't have anything to cut right now. But I ended up selling that. It had the Precision Saw Service muffler, aftermarket muffler. I didn't want to sell it, but when you have a business, you kind of have to do what you have to do sometimes. And I had that brand new, my Dream Saw 500i with some modifications on it, it was just West Coast Dogs, Max Airflow kit, the bark box, and that's it. And I told myself I was never going to sell it. But again, if you really want your business to do good, or if you're in a position that you need to sell something to survive, I mean, you kind of have to do it. I feel like I'd be stupid not to, but of course I regret it now, but it was worth it at the time. So the only thing I have now is the 661, my 2511T that I'm going to, once I find some time, I'm going to port it. It's already unassembled and everything, ready to go. I have an Egan straight pipe for it. So I've had some cool saws in my collection already, but again, kind of have to do what you got to do. I actually do regret the 500i, and if I can go back in time, I would not sell it. Why? Because the person that I sold it to, I told him, I said, look, man, if you're gonna run the Max Airflow kit, the Max Airflow filter, you have to keep it lubricated. You cannot let it go dry, because if not, you might as well not be running anything as far as air filter, because you're gonna screw it up. Shit's gonna get into your cylinder, and there you go. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. And what happened? it's already damaged. It's already taken. It's already been sandblasted. It's already been, you know. And how I found out was because I think he knew he screwed up, and I was going to give him shit for it, and I was going to be pissed. He took it to the shop that I used to work at, and one of the mechanics from that shop reached out to me. He made an Instagram account to reach out to me and say, hey, well, at first he tried to be like, oh, you made a mistake, and I just want to let you know because I know you like learning. And it's like, I didn't make a mistake because I told him, you know, what to do. And I mean, you can advise your customers the right thing to do all day, but you can't make them listen. And so that's how I found out that he started scoring up the sleeve and the piston because the air filter was just dry. And eventually I called out my buddy, you know, the person that I sold it to, because he is a buddy of mine. But and I was like, hey, so how's that 500? I was like, did you guys ever get the oil? And he was like, oh yeah, no, it's great. I picked it up. Or he's like, it's running great. We just ran it the other day. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, and I basically just called him out on it. I was like, so, but he was just embarrassed. He didn't want me to find out, but I still found out. So I do regret that. And I actually sold him the 201 too, because he runs a tree service company, and it was for his guy, one of his guys. And but I regret selling that 500i, man. I should have just kept it, because I know I could have just hustled harder and would have been fine eventually, because eventually I got out of that. I don't know. So I guess I do regret it. I do regret it. But I know the next time I get a 500i, unless I'm on the verge of being homeless, or one of my family members, like my grandparents or my mom or my brother, like immediate family needs help, then I will sell it. But other than that, hell no. Hell no. Indiana vintage chainsaw guy. Hello, my friend. Says I clean all my chainsaws at the car wash. Hey man, I see people power washing their stuff. I see, that's great, dunking them in ultrasonic cleaners, but I don't know. I've been doing it like this for a while, and you know, I know I sound cocky, but they come out brand new. And I don't charge my customers additional labor to clean their saws like this. This is just part of the service. Unless they come and want just the cleaning, then I will charge them a little bit. But, and even then I don't charge them exactly all the minutes that it takes. I just charge them what I feel is appropriate. Because like I said, I've been doing it like this for some time now, and I kind of have my system down to a T here. Yeah, it's pretty labor intensive, I guess, or intensive, but it's, it takes some time. But I like geeking out on these saws. It's fun. I know you guys don't see it because I don't post on the community tab like the before and after pictures, but if you guys were to see me see the pictures on Instagram, you'd be like, holy crap, dude. And this, all it is, it's just pick tool, small flathead screwdriver. Just the flathead is just for like extra scraping coverage. A little wire brush, specifically this style, and the star of the show, air compressor. And then the final step, which is what we're on right now, still using the pick tool and the flathead just to wedge the wet wipe into like the little nooks and crannies. But the second star of the show is crocodile cloth. These are amazing. This pack of 100 has lasted me until now months. This is the only pack I've had since I started up my little shed shop here back in like July or August. There's a pack of 100. They last a long time. They're really big. They're durable. I mean, obviously, if you sit there and try to tear it, it will, but you really have to try. The texture of it helps really pick up any little dirt and grime. It's good on grease, oil, everything. They don't leave no weird residue. It's probably a weird detail, but it doesn't. I don't wear gloves ever. I used to wear gloves a long time ago, but just more shit to spend money on. It doesn't leave my hands feeling weird. It doesn't irritate my hands at all. They're great. I found them on a whim at Home Depot, and I stand by them. I do have Purple Power, but I only use Purple Power for just like sprockets, clutches, mainly for chain cleaning, because I clean all the chains before I sharpen them, for a few reasons. One, it looks good. Two, it's easier to inspect the chain, make sure that there's no damage or nothing. And the third is it helps protect your files. It doesn't eat up your files as quick. I do all my repairs on my vintage chainsaws, but I just can't sell them. I have a hard time getting rid of them. I agree. I'm the same way. I feel like, I don't know, some might say it's kind of weird, but I don't know. Saws are like family, man. You know, they're there's usually a little bit of sentimental value there, little sentimental attachment. Uy, uy, uy. Ah. No, ni papas. No más que ahorita el gordo se tiene que andar moviendo. I was talking to my grandma. Because it is a chilly day here in California, and she was asking me, she's like, "You're not cold?" And I'm like, "Not right now." Big boy's moving and doing. Oh! Big boy's here moving and grooving. You know, he runs hot, man. He warms up quick. No, ya no puedo hablar con ella. Porque mi amiga... Sorry, ya no estoy soltero. Y ya no soy jugador. Northern Indiana. I'll be honest with you guys. You guys just mentioned all these models. I don't even know what those are. I know. Is this guy even a saw guy? I'm not very knowledgeable on vintage saws, other than, of course, like Stihl and, well, Stihl. I actually have an 051 electronic here, AV electronic, that it's kind of like a side project for one of my buddies out in Turlock. But that one I am kind of I'm not like super intimidated. I know I know I'll be able to work on it and do my thing on it, but it's just that's the oldest chainsaw that I've worked on. Same deal with my 028 Wood Boss. I got that through a trade, which I got it for basically free. It looks beautiful, amazing. I actually have a video of it here on our channel. But I haven't really like gotten into it so much. And even that one, sometimes I'm like, ooh, just because things are a little different. But I know all chainsaws are kind of, same idea, you know, but they're different. Let's see. Man, this is looking good. Here we are, just a little glimpse of the inside, at least. Side of the tank right there. Just got to get into the little nooks and crannies, but there's the top. We're looking all right. Home light, okay. Okay, I know the name, but as far as models, I need to brush up on some vintage. Oh, okay. Check out Leon chainsaw parts and repair. All right, I will do that, sir. I actually will. I'll check them out. Is that it's a YouTube channel, I think, right? I think, or is that a website? Because I know there's a couple guys on here couple people on here that I've stumbled across, and they have a lot of vintage chainsaws. YouTube. Okay. I'm not going to say 100%, but I feel like I've heard the name, and I probably came across some of his videos or some of their videos. Maybe, possibly, but I'll definitely check them out later today. Let's see what's going on. It's always good to check out fellow YouTubers, you know, show some love and support. Because just like in general, there's always something that we can learn from each other. That's very true. As long as we got an open mind to learning and instead of having that mentality like somebody tries to tell you something, like maybe how to do something or a suggestion, and it's like, yeah, I know, man. I already know. Yeah, I know. It's like, you probably don't know because that's probably what you'd be doing right now, but you don't know. But sometimes we feel like we always have it all figured out. And sometimes we don't know scheisse. You don't know nothing, man. You don't know nothing about nothing, man. Wait, where's that gas coming from? Oh, well, there's still some gasolina? No, it's probably just because I don't have any of the fuel lines on. Because I already dumped everything. But I'm like, wait, where did that... That was the la gasolina. Sometimes I wish I lived in other places, so that way I can meet some of you guys. There's a lot of people that I've met, and I'm like, man, but everyone's usually like down south or the Midwest or sometimes Canada, but most of the time it's like out down south or the Midwest. Like my buddy Aaron Lynch, man. Be cool to hang out with that dude one day. We will. I have a plan, a goal of going to Paul Bunyan one year, maybe next year. Sawfest would be kind of cool, but I think I'd like to go to Paul Bunyan, the Bunyan. Meet Buck and Billy and all the greats, and just be around people that like the same thing I do. Ripping chainsaws, axing away. Just, you know. I'd like to go hit a timber sports event one day. That'd be freaking sick, man. I know they got them all over the place. One day. Indiana Vintage, appreciate the love and support, man. Thank you. And if you're taking off, hopefully we'll see you around next time. I do live streams pretty often, but sometimes I do get a little busy because I do this, and then you know, I run my little saw shop here, and then I also grind some tree service work, sales, and some groundsman work with my buddy Chris, which that's why I haven't done a live stream since like last week essentially. But yeah, if you're around, come say hello. You're always welcomed here, just like everybody else. And yeah, thanks for all the encouragement. And we'll see you when we see you, as long as the day shows up. Val in the house says, how you doing today? I am shitty. Horrible. I'm just kidding. No, I'm good. I'm good. Just getting this saw cleaned up. I got, with this one being done, well, I still have all the little small components. I have, what, 7 more? But 3 more in the condition that this one was in. Just horrible. Like, worse than I'm used to getting, which is fine. Just more wow factor once it's all cleaned up. These other parts, I mean, it's getting kind of dark out there, and for those of you that don't know, I live with my grandparents. It's a 55 and over mobile home community, HOA infested, so I try to, especially right now that it gets darker earlier. I mean, it's still early, but right now it's 4:42 p.m. my time. I mean, right now, I mean, I'll show you guys kind of what it's looking like. I mean, I still have some daylight, but by 5:30 it's going to be pitch black. So I just try to not run the air compressor once it's nighttime, just because it gives the impression that it's really late, even though it's not. So I'll probably just finish up the tank housing, take some pictures for Instagram, because of course you already know, if there's no pictures, it never happened. You gotta have proof, man. Plus I want to send it to my new customer. He's the owner of a company out here called Vintage Tree Service, big company. So he basically is giving me a shot to see what I can do. He said he was excited to see what I can do, because if everything turns out well, then essentially I'll be his guy, his chainsaw guy. So I know the cleaning has nothing to do with anything. It's about how they run, and it's about how everything, but I know he's not used to having saws cleaned up like that. So if I can knock out his saws, so I have his 201 here and his 461, and if he likes what I can do, indirectly he told me, he's like, then yeah, he's like, I have a shit ton more saws in my shed. So, and his company's big, and he already told me, he's like, I don't care what it costs. He's like, I just want them to run properly, all the safety features. He's like, I don't care about cosmetics, I just need it to run good and strong, all the safety features working, like lockout triggers, chain brake, all that good stuff. Yo, ground pounders in the house. It's so funny, man. I was just thinking about you just a few minutes ago, because as usual I was talking about some of the greats like Aaron and Redbeard, and just a little bit ago I was mentioning Aaron again. And so I was thinking about you. I'm like, man, I wonder where Ground Pounder is tonight. But I know you're a busy man and all that good stuff. But I'm glad you popped in and said hello. I feel bad because I haven't talked to you or Aaron in a little bit. I haven't even tonight. That's what I'm gonna do. That's part of my goal, is to go check out some of Aaron's videos and drop some love. I'm always late on the videos, and I feel, not that I know he does it for, just out of love, and just, but I feel bad when I'm not able to drop some love. I've just been a little busy, but But thank you for popping in. A clean saw will make or break a sale. I will not bring my saw back to someone who will not go the extra mile. Cleanliness king. I'm just talking. And no, I believe, you know, the cleaning is the first step to a good saw. Protection and it's nice. It's a nice touch, you know, and a lot of shops won't even bother. Like actual shops, they won't even bother trying to clean up your saw. A lot of the times you'll pick up your saw from a shop that's not us, and it's just like, did anything even get done? Like, other than you have a receipt of an overpriced whatever. So what I was talking about is I just met this guy. His name is Fred. He's the owner of Vintage Tree Service, big company. His worker, or you know, one of his guys brought in this 201 and two 461s, and he said it was basically his boss basically just gave him to him. But when I sent him the quote, he's like, actually, he's like, my boss is going to take care of it. And now his boss, so I talked to the guy, and he's like, look, man, I've had a couple people work on my saws, and anyways, long story short, he's like, I'm excited to see what you can do. He's like, if everything turns out good, they run good. He's like, I don't care what they look like cosmetically. I just need all the safety features to work. I just want them to run good. But obviously, once he sees them like this, but of course, it's all about how they run, right? But point is there's an opportunity there. So he basically indirectly told me, he's like, if you do good work, I got a shit ton more saws, and essentially saying, you'll be my chainsaw guy. So that's why I really pride myself on doing the work that I do, because you give someone a nice saw back, they take it to the job site, and whether it's their boss, their supervisor, their foreman, or a friend, and they see their saw, and they're like, whoa, dude, like, what the hell? Where'd you get that thing? And they're like, oh, you know, they're like, oh, shit, dude. You know, like you said, we go the extra mile. So that's what we got to do. You know, yeah. And I believe it's pure laziness, because that's one thing that really started to bug me when I was working at that shop. It's an Ace Hardware, but they have a power equipment shop. You know, they would do the inspection. It would take them at least 2 weeks just to do an inspection, just to go, yeah, it needs this and that. And then parts may need to be ordered, and it'll just sit there until the parts show up or they don't show up. So it's like, damn, I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people do it just for a paycheck. Obviously, we do it to make a living too, but like, this is what we do, man. This is what we do, you know? So, I don't know. And it's one of those things where if you do it enough times, like cleaning, it's yes, it's still work, but it's just what we do, you know? Everyone gets chances and opportunities in this life. It's up to them to capitalize on them or squander them. Exactly. You know? Like this saw here, I have 8 saws that I need to clean up. They've already been inspected. We're waiting for estimate approvals and then order parts. And I have some stuff here for them already, but you know, I still need to order some stuff. But the point is that this saw and another 3 that I have left, they came in saws get dirty, but these, man, they're the worst that I've had in a very, very long time. Very long time. I don't know, you might, if you're around or whatever, you'll probably see them on Instagram soon. At least part of the, you know, right now I just did the housing and the crankcase and the cylinder head. I still have all the little tiny components, switches and linkages, and but you can tell how grimy. You can tell when a saw is just grimy. But like, there was like shit caked on the cylinder head. I mean, look at the AV spring, just grimy. But yeah, I'm gonna, speaking of the man, I'll probably just, I know he's a busy man and busy dude, and I'll probably just send him a message on Instagram just saying what's up, and I need to get my errand fixed and catch up on some videos, because I've been kind of lacking on posting my videos, but I haven't been on anybody else's channel. I haven't seen much videos, so I need to catch up on that and say what's up. So, especially just because, you know, the holidays are kind of you know, for most, I feel like it's an interesting time, you know, and people, I feel like during the holidays, we should always check in with friends, family, you know, but I feel like during the holidays, we really need to be better at, or be a little more vigilant on just checking in with those that we care about, those that look out for us, support us, especially during the holidays, just because, you know, holidays can be a hard time, you know, a hard, you know, so with that being said, if you guys know anybody that you haven't talked to in a while, or even if you guys have had a difference of opinion, put all that shit to the side, man, and just reach out and just say, hey. You don't got to sit there and, you know, do the whole like, oh, just reach out and say what's up, you know, because I mean, you just never know, right? You never know what could happen. So it's just good to check in with people, but always check in, but especially during the holidays, it's good to do that. Let's see, dealing with his deer he took tonight. Did he get a deer? I see he's been doing a little hunting out there, doing something. Oh man, I'm gonna be eating good soon. We're talking about a deer, right? Like the animal deer, not like a tractor. Guessing it was a big one. Damn. I know the man is juiced on that. What, did he catch that on his property, or did he go out and get that? Either way, that's freaking sick, man. Whitetail. Oh. Was he out there with John Bob? John Bob, right? John Bob. I remember one time I said Joe Bob. But no, it's John Bob. Those two, man, I would love to hang out with those guys. Hang out with you, Ground, one day. My goal is to make it out to the Bunyan show. It'd be cool to go next year, but, you know, just go out there and say what's up to everybody. And finally meet you guys in person, because you guys are some good peeps, man. You guys are some really good peeps. So, but yeah, man. If I was our neighbor, oh my gosh, man, we'd be getting into some shice. Oh, that's for sure. I think one of my favorite Aaron videos is like they're out there with the welder, and John was out there welding, and Aaron's like, "Come on, John Bob." He's like, "Let's melt some metal, man." He's like, "Come on, like basically like get that shit going." or the latest one where him and John were out there falling some trees, and John does the cut, and he just takes off bucking, dude. That man can move, boy. That shit was hella funny. And Aaron was just kind of like, bro, like, you could tell he was like, dude, you don't gotta run. Like, fuck. Hella funny, dude. Oh my gosh. It'll happen. It'll happen. He took off like a bat out of hell, man. He was like, I was like, is that a cheetah? He's just like, boom. So do you guys live like pretty close to each other, or do you guys or are you guys just like in the neighboring towns? Or well, no, you're not even close. You're in Michigan. They're all the way up. I know you've met him though. Yeah, dude, John's mullet is sick, man. I should probably try to grow one, because that's probably as good as I can probably get anyways, because all I got is this shit here on the side, and when it grows out, it's looking like, I look like I got a damn bird's nest on my head. It's facts. It's true. I don't know why I keep thinking that you live out in like Pennsylvania. I don't know why. It's like, clearly not, dude. Clearly not. We've talked about this. Shows how good I listen, right? Who needs a hard hat when you have a skullet? Exactly. I'm like 7-8 hours north. Okay. Either way, that's like from here to, like, for me here in Cali, that's like from here to LA, give or take. Either way, to go hang out with Aaron and John for the day, that's worth it. At least to me, that's worth it, man. That's gold right there. So, Ground, what we got on the barbecue tonight, man? What's on the menu? If you guys didn't know, now you know. Ground Pounda is the grill master and the fire master too. That man can build a fire. Sheesh. I feel like I can see him from here sometimes. I'm like, dude, like, what the hell is all this smoke? I'm like, oh, it's just Ground Pounder. It's all good. Freaking fires are sick, man. Venison stew and oh, damn. I've never even had freaking venison, but you posted the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, or maybe I'm just imagining things now, because that happens sometimes. It was like a chili or something, or was it the stew? Or was it a stew of some sort? Kind of looked like chili, but doesn't matter what it was. Made me hungry. I was like, shit, man, that looks good. Venison beans, dude, that looked killer, man. Jesus. Doesn't even matter, just let me get some. What does venison taste like? Is it super gamey, or does it taste like beef? Or, well, it can't taste like beef, but does it have a super gamey taste, or does it all depend on how you prep it, how you season it, how you cook it? Because I've never had deer. I've never had anything other than chicken and that beef and pork. And I'm sure you probably get used to it too, even if you eat it enough. Watch, man. One day we're all gonna get together. We're gonna powwow, start some fires, burn down some shice, and eat good, man. I'll whip up some Mexican food or something nice, like a carne con chile or something, or or some good old chilaquiles. That's what I had for breakfast today. I made some chilaquiles with the good sauce too, del pato. That's the good one. Okay, I think we're good here. Well, let me see. This is kind of driving me crazy a little bit. Even though it's the freaking bottom of the chainsaw, but okay. All right, there's the housing. Just got to do the crankcase. And that's pretty much going to be it for today, or at least for the live stream. I'm probably going to be in here for. It's already getting pretty dark, and just because of where I live, 55 and over community. I'm not even supposed to be living here. HOA. So, but either way, the great thing is super caught up here in the shop, so we can work at a good calm pace, not have to be like, oh my god, because that's already happened once, man. I felt so behind that I was pissed. Oh yeah, I've had some deer and beef chili. I'm ready to try it, dude. So the one that I had at Pato, it was red. It's a spicy tomato sauce. Really good stuff. They might make a green one though too. It's less gamey tasting than other wild game. I've had bear, caribou, elk, antelope. Sheesh, man. All the protein over there. I'd be down to try some venison and some deer, but bear? Damn, bear, dude. I don't know. You guys can keep that one probably. You guys can keep those, but I'll try some venison and some deer. I ain't gonna try no duck though. I ain't gonna. Well, I don't know. I always say I'm never gonna, but never say never, right? You never know. You never know. Sometimes, if it looks good and smells good, I feel like you should just eat it and not ask any questions, especially if it tastes good. Just eat it. Just eat that shice. Because I feel like that's what happens. You know, you go to try something and then you're like, oh, this is bomb. And then you ask what it is and it's like, oh, it's tarantula. And then it's like, what? Just don't even ask questions. If it's good, just eat that. I know duck is like a delicacy. Delicacy, right? But I don't know. But again, it all depends on who's making it, who's prepping it. All right, so here we are, guys. Here's the housing inside look. Little top view there. The sides. The ass. The red bottom. And the top. Ooh, we're on 11% battery. Should probably plug our phone in, because this phone right here that we're on, battery is shot. You can process Thumper without a knife. What? Thumper? Oh, rabbit. Is that what that is? Thumper. I was like, what the hell is Thumper? Goat? I have not had any Chivo. I have not. But that I would be interested in trying. Like some good traditional birria. Because all the birria that we have now it's all just beef. And like, yeah, it's birria, but it's not like real birria. Like I've heard the real birria is goat. But I feel like goat, you do have to like really know what you're doing to prep it, because I think that one too can be a little gamey, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I love these brushes, man. These are great. Technically, they're like tining brushes. Tining brushes, if you, I don't know. But they help like lift certain things, like this little part that's like stained. I don't even know what. I'm not gonna get it completely, but better than what it was. Old cartoon movie, I called him Bam. Oh, okay. Man, you guys are making me hungry, dude. I'll be eating here soon. I think I'm gonna do some just some good old white rice, some black beans. Probably make a couple quesadillas, a few slices of queso fresco, and some homemade salsa. Be good to go, man. Be good to go. I still try ordering out like fast food. Sometimes I'll go get fast food, but it's like honestly just doesn't. I don't know. Like I'll be honest. I had McDonald's not too long ago, and normally I'm just like smacking it. But lately it's just like I don't know. It's just not where it's at. I eat a lot of home cooked food nowadays, and that's great. That's where it's at, man. Home cooked food is where it's at, but I don't know. It just doesn't hit the same anymore. And it's true. It is all junk. And that's probably why I've been so used to eating home cooked food now. I like cooking. I really do like cooking. Like one of my favorite things to cook is good old Chinese food. Like actual, like in a wok, I'll do my fried rice. I'll cook it like a day or two before. Bean sprouts, just what I consider traditional. I do chicken, so it's like chicken fried rice and the egg. I just use soy sauce. I don't use like the oyster sauce or fish sauce. I don't know. I just beef and broccoli, and then chicken chow mein. But I actually like to get my noodles like use actual like egg noodles from an Asian mart. And then of course, you know, Mexican food and all that good stuff too. But and I think I am gonna have to use another crock wipe. Usually I can do a lot with just one, but I think if I remember now, I accidentally punctured a hole in the bag, so they're probably a little dried out, but we'll see. Alrighty, Ground. Much love to you, my friend. I hope you have a good dinner. Well, I know you will, but yeah, have a bite for us. We'll see you. That's the man right there, guys. That's or one of the mans. He's badass dude. Badass climber too. You're going live on YouTube, or you're gonna go live on Instagram, or where can we catch it? Because I'll definitely sit in on that for a little bit. Because after I'm done with this, I'm gonna just chill until I call a special person. Shit, man. And I think I just gave myself away that I don't follow you on YouTube, man. I am sorry. I don't know why I never thought okay. Now I know. And I'll definitely be seeing you on there in a little bit once I'm done with this. And we'll be chilling for a little bit until I go in. Gotta hit that bell. Definitely. I am slacking. No respect. Alrighty, Ground. Laters. Yeah, cool dude right there, man. And the other two guys that we were talking about, Aaron and John Bob, hella cool dudes too. And if you don't know who they are, I don't know who you are. I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. You can catch Aaron though, Aaron Lynch here on YouTube. If you guys like chainsaws, you like porting, you just like good saw ripping action, that's your guy right there. That is your guy. I know there's a lot of people obviously on YouTube doing that, but that man, you should see what he can do to a chainsaw. He does everything. Stihl, Echo, Husqvarna, clone saws, just everything, man. He always tells us, you know, because we're always like, man, he's the man, he's the man. And he's always like, I'm just the dude. And yeah, maybe he is, but that dude's a legend. That dude's sick. He started popping up on my feed when I started looking into porting and just you know, I didn't subscribe to his channel right away, but I kept finding myself gravitating back to his channel. And then I'm like, dude. And there was just one day when I remember I was like, this dude's sick. This dude's cool. Like, I like his style. I just, you know. And then just showing love and support. And then, you know, maybe he saw what I was trying to do. And I remember that day. It was on Instagram. I got a notification. And it was like, oh, Aaron Lynch is following you on Instagram. And at first I was like, oh, who's following me? I'm like, oh, it's just Aaron. Wait a second. I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, I fanboyed. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but you know, I look up to the man, you know, and not just for chainsaws, but just as a person, as a good person, and you know, and the man, what I can tell is he's just consistent, you know. He's just tells it. I feel, again, I haven't met him in person, and you know, we've talked a little bit here and there, and just because he's hella busy and you know whatnot, and but I just feel like he's just consistent. He tells it like it is. I know for a fact he's a no nonsense kind of guy, and you know, that's just, I think that's why I really admire him, because he just does what he does, and if you like it, great. If you don't, great. Because like me, you know, I do the YouTube thing because this is just a platform where I can dump chainsaw stuff and just share my passion and my love for what I do. And I feel like that's the same for him. He's you know, obviously now he's at a level in YouTube where it's not just posting videos, you know, he's making a little living off of that too, which is great. You know, if I keep consistent and if I just keep doing what I do out of genuine love and passion, I'll be there too. But it's not about that. It's not. I'm just here to, literally, like my bio says here on our channel, just to share the journey, essentially. Just to share the journey. Maybe somebody can pick up a little some. If not, great. And so far, since July of, I mean, we've only had the channel since July of this year. And we're about, what, 8,000 views away from hitting 1 million public views. I know it's not public watch hours, and I know it's not, you know, but dude, 1 million views is 1 million views. That's freaking nuts. Not to mention, you know, we're a little over 2,000 subscribers on our channel. That's freaking insane, dude. Like, I was blown away when I got a couple followers. I was like, dude, this is freaking sick. And then the live streams, I mean, it's been great, you know? So I actually just went into my YouTube studio, which is just, where you can keep track of like your analytics and all that and whatever. Just the other day, I mean, if you, not literally the other day, but like about a week ago, my watch hours was at what, like 400 something. Now it's at a little over 800. It's like that. I mean, either way, but I'm just saying the response has been immense, and it's just been incredible, and it's crazy to think sometimes what can happen, like what outcomes can happen when you just do what you love. You do it for the right reasons, meaning because you just love what you do. You're not trying to essentially try to be something that you're not. It's just great. It's just great. And then everyone that I've met, all of you guys watching, everyone that's come along the way, it's been incredible. It's been really incredible. And it's been incredible. That's all I can say. It's been great. And it's all just out of just doing what you love and just being consistent, treating people right. Keeping it real, I feel like, because there's been live streams where, maybe I've like lost my cool a little bit, and, I've gotten frustrated, and I feel like shit afterwards, because that's, I don't know. I mean, it's just what happens, I guess, sometimes, but I really try to avoid all that because, well, for one, I'd like to consider our channel like a safe and welcoming place for everybody, and especially because, not everybody that's watching are adults. There's youngsters watching, there's just people watching, maybe companies watch you, I don't know. And either way, who wants to watch somebody or a channel that's like not the vibes, I know I don't. But again, it's just been great. Long story short, it's been awesome. Combination of the response and just the good people that I've met along the way. Oh, which brings me to one thing too. It's like sometimes I just kind of forget. I don't forget, but so the other day, our last live stream, we had someone else big pop in, Married with Small Engines. All right. Her channel's amazing. She makes great videos. Another person that just does what they love. And I was literally getting ready to end the live stream. I was about to be like, all right, see you later and whatever. And I see the comment right there. And I'm like, oh, Married with Small Engines, what's up? And I was like, wait a minute, Married with Small Engines. And then I started freaking out. And, I was watching her too. I watch her, and especially when I was like starting, and she makes really great videos. And her shop's amazing. And yeah, just the fact that, she stumbled across our channel, and now, they're part of the journey too. So it's just it's just amazing. It's just really incredible what can happen when we stay consistent in whatever it is that we do. Yeah. And that's just my point again. You never know who's going to be watching you, whether it's at a job or on social media or in just anywhere. There's always somebody watching you. I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, because it's true. So imagine, you have somebody watching you and you're acting a fool, or, you're getting all pissed off and you're just going off on shit. And even like the cussing, I know I say shit sometimes, but I've been, that's something that I've been working on in general is my mouth. I'm not horrible with the cussing, but I throw my F-bombs. I like throwing my little F-bombs, not, you know, out of anger, but, you know, I do, and my shites and all this and that. But I've been really, ever since I started doing live streams and being here, I've been just more conscious about it, you know, because it just sounds bad when you're just sitting there like, fucking. I'm not saying I'm all mature, because I'm the biggest kid you'll ever meet, honestly. Like, I like to mess around, be goofy and whatnot, but again, it's all about being welcoming and being positive and positive vibes and all the good stuff, you know, all the good stuff that we like. Some people don't like it, but I know we do. And yeah, so that's just what it is. I mean, and here we are. Here we are now. So basically what I'm doing right now, it looks like I'm probably not doing a whole lot here. And but I'm just getting in these little nooks and crannies in here in the flywheel side of the crankcase. But I will admit, I could take a little break. I'm kind of ready for a little leg stretch and yeah, maybe I could have been working a little faster, but don't need to work that fast right now. If I wasn't caught up like I am, then yeah, I'd have to probably think about it a little more, but you know, what else would I be doing? And again, no one's going to pop their flywheel off and look at behind there and be like, oh, he didn't really get that good behind there. But I just like to have a good little portfolio, a good little showcase just to show people what we're capable of. And just, you know, people already know that we treat everybody's saws like our own. And that's just what we do, I guess. Well, no, not I guess. It is what we do. But it's all part of the process. Remember I said I used the pick tool and the flathead to wedge. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just wedging it, and whatever I get. But man, if you guys were to see the pictures of how this all looked. And again, I know saws get dirty. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do, but and then I still got to do all the little components, but that'll be done tomorrow. That's like the quickest part of it. Any other like saws, I mean, they still take time, but these ones took a little extra time because they were just caked up with just dirt and grime, like horrible. So even though it would still take some time, but we probably wouldn't be here as long. I mean, I've been doing this. We've been here for 188 minutes. It's not a race, but I mean, I could easily just go, you know, okay, that looks better, and it would still look better than what it did, but I don't know. Like I keep saying, I just like to just go a little above and beyond. Not overachiever status, but just, you know, I don't know. Well, there we are. Okay, now just got to do a couple more sides. But these ones are going to be maybe a little easier. Well, it's not that it's easy, it just... I did want to use another crock wipe, but this one still has some moisture and it'll still doing its job. When they're a little more moist, obviously it works a little bit better, but we're still getting the job done because that's the last one. The one that I have in the pack is the last one that I have until I go buy some more. Right. The only thing that's making it feel a little uncomfortable doing this right now is my lower back is kind of kicking in right now, but it's okay. Five zero. Hold on a second. I'm getting a phone call. Just give me 1 sec here, guys. Okay. So that was actually our customer Tino who saw that we're actually cleaning on right now. He just wanted to make sure that his boss was able to, that I was able to get a hold of his boss, because he's the one that's going to be in charge of doing all this after all, like as far as like paying and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, like everything is good. And I was like, I'm actually working on your saw right now. And yeah, we're pretty much about almost done here. Just gotta do a couple little things on this side, on the clutch side, and then we will be good. And then tomorrow it's just gonna be all the small little components. Linkages, switches, throttle trigger, little cover pieces, oil pump. So we're almost there. It was a good day though. At least I got this one done. Like halfway. I would consider this halfway, if not more. All right, M&G, see ya. Almost done, almost done. The only thing that's not making it enjoyable at this point is my back, man. My lower back is kind of feeling it right now. Almost done. Oh, man. Been a good day, though. Productive, at least. That's always good. Down with the sickness. Okay. Down with the sickness. Down with the sickness. Boom, 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 boom. It's almost 6. Sweet. So it came out looking amazing. Not to sound full of crap, but they always do. Alrighty, Val, take care. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I do. This live stream was kind of not boring for me, but I know it's not, I feel like the typical, I feel like, I don't know, not as engaging. Well, we have some good stuff coming up, though. These are just like tedious things. Down with the sickness. Boom, 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 boom. Just got to get in there a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. That is all she wrote, brother. Mr. Price 2627. What up, what up, what up? Doing good, man, doing good. Just finishing up with this cleaning of a 201. I mean, I still have to do all the little stuff like oil pump and AV springs and all the little stuff, but that'll be for tomorrow. Today we were working on, right now I just finished doing the crankcase and the cylinder head. And this is what it's coming, or what it came out like. And then the housing. And I got to do the rewind starter, but you know, took a little time because this one was this one and the other three that I'm doing, they're just extra dirty compared to just dirty like normal. But this is what the housing came out like. And that's pretty much it for now. Got to get a little break in and stretch the legs a little bit, stretch my back. This old man back, is lower back is kind of kicking right now. But yeah, turned out good. Turned out really good. I knew it would, but no. These are really dirty, so it took a little extra time, but we got it. But I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing well too. Thank you for saying hello. Hope you had a good day as well, and a good weekend ahead. It's gonna be a good weekend for sure. At least here in California, we're supposed to get some more rain on Saturday, but who knows? It might show up tomorrow, or might not show up at all. You never know. But oh, missed a little spot. Ooh, how dare I? How dare I? Oh man. Let me go get this, just hit these little things in here with some air compressor real quick, and then we're done, man. Did a lot on this thing. We've been going at it for quite a while. But everything is caught up here at the shop. We can really just take our time, and so, but let me just go hit this real quick. Okay, now I am done. This is what it looks like. And a look at the housing real quick. And that's all she wrote. Alrighty, guys. Everyone watching right now, appreciate you being here. If you've been here since the whole 217 minutes, appreciate you. But we are out of here, so we'll be back hopefully tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a good night or day, depending on where you are. And much love to everybody. See ya.